Hello everyone! Today we are going to see how to make an easy and fudgy brownies made with cocoa powder. To make these brownies we need some walnuts, so we'll start off by chopping some walnuts. We need about half a cup of walnuts for this recipe. Take these walnuts and chop them up roughly. And I always toast my walnuts in the microwave. That will make it nice and crispy. So put it in a microwave safe bowl and toast the walnuts for about 30 seconds and then keep this aside. Next, take 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter in a bowl, and to this we are going to add some sugar. We are using powdered sugar, 1 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Along with this, add some cocoa powder. We are using 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. We don't have to melt any chocolate for this recipe. That is a big advantage of this recipe. You just need to use the cocoa powder and still you get a fudgy brownie. To this, add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of instant coffee granules. I used Nescafe for this recipe. Microwave this for about 40 to 50 seconds, and once the butter is melted, mix it all together. If you feel that the butter is not melted, you can put it again in the microwave and melt it for a few more seconds. Or you can also add all these ingredients in a saucepan and melt it at medium flame. Once this is done, keep it aside for this mixture to cool down slightly. In the meantime, take an 8 by 8 inches square baking pan, line it with the parchment or a baking paper, and add some oil or butter and grease the entire pan so that the brownie comes out easily after baking. And also preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. Now this chocolate mixture has cooled down, so we can start adding the eggs. This chocolate mixture will look very grainy and gritty. That is okay. Once we start adding the eggs and beating in the eggs, it will become light. We need two eggs for this recipe. Make sure the eggs are at room temperature. Add 1 egg at a time and beat it well. As you keep beating the eggs, this grainy and gritty mixture will become light and creamy. Then we'll add a teaspoon of vanilla and beat that also in. So next we'll start adding the plain flour or maida. Add 1/2 cup of maida, and along with this add the 1/2 cup of walnuts that we chopped and kept it ready. Mix this all together, mix it gently, and this makes our brownie batter. It's such an easy brownie batter to make. It's so simple. We don't need to melt any chocolate. That is the best part of this recipe. There is no melting chocolate for this recipe. You just have to add some cocoa powder and a beautiful brownie recipe is done. Then transfer the batter to your prepared pan and tap the pan on the counter a few times so that if there are any air bubbles, it will get released. And bake in the preheated oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. Each oven is different. My oven took about 35 minutes for this brownie to be fully baked. Wait for it to cool down and then remove it from the pan. Now we'll cut this brownie. It's such a beautiful brownie. It's such a fudgy and rich brownie. The best part about this brownie is that we don't need to melt any chocolate. Usually if you want a fudgy brownie, you always have to melt some chocolate. But look how fudgy this brownie is. It's so rich, it's so fudgy, and there is no melting chocolate. It gets done so quickly. It's such an easy and simple recipe. So this is one of my favorite quick brownie recipes that I make. I love fudgy and chocolatey brownies, and this is one of my absolute favorites. I always make this to gift it to others also. So do try it out. You will definitely love it and you will not be disappointed. Until next time, bye bye.